What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. Today we're going to be talking about the bench press ability that's available in MUT 21. I've been getting a lot of questions, a lot of complaints, and a lot of feedback about it. And a lot of you guys want to know, how do I feel about it? Did EA make a huge mistake adding that into MUT? Well, let me go ahead. We're going to talk about it. First of all, I'm going to explain to you guys how to do it so everybody knows how to do it. So that way, you guys are not like, yo, what is this guy talking about? How are we supposed to do it if he doesn't tell us how to do it? Okay, this dude right here is garbage. He didn't do nothing on the Raiders last night. That dude wouldn't, but we'll take him as a gold card. All right, so pretty much what happens is some of the receivers that are better tiered can unlock an ability called bench press. All right, for those of you guys that don't know about it, if you're a veteran, bear with me. If you already know what's going on with it, you probably played guys that were running around with 3 dudes with bench press being idiots and just straight doing whatever they wanted. The only corner on my team right now that can get bench press is Byron Jones. So what happens is, depending on the overall of your player, you may be able to unlock it at different tiers. I don't think he gets it at tier 1. No, he does not. Okay, does he get it at tier 2? Okay, nope, we don't see that either. Okay, so right here, you're going to see it right there for the tier 3. All right, bench press. A lot of dudes that are playing the game never seen a bench, never been to a gym, but they're running around with bench press. That's neither here nor there. What we're going to talk about right now is the benefit of it and what it does. All right, now, some of you guys may view it as overpowered. You may view it like, yo, what are these developers doing? Are they doing everything in their power to make us go crazy? All of that may be true, but let's talk about bench press, right? If you get a successful press, which means you just come out and you just press, whether it's triangle down on the left analog or you are on the Xbox and it's Y and down on the down on the left analog, you pretty much just have to have a successful press. What it does is it tremendously, like this right here just says it fatigues the receiver. It tremendously fatigues them. They pretty much go out of the game right after the play if there's a successful bench press. Now, for those of us that actually play football, if you have a receiver that gets off a successful press, depending on what happens on that play, they may come out. So you could technically say that it is sort of realistic, because what happens is when it's a lot of energy that's expelled from the athletes that are doing that. Because if you have a strong dude, let's think about Darrelle Revis, right? When Revis Island was popping, the biggest thing about him was his strength at the point of impact. Like right there at the point of contact where he was right on the line, he would do stuff to you to fatigue you. So by the time you got off, you couldn't really even run your routes. It was way later down the line when he got burnt by Randy Moss, when Randy Moss was on the Patriots, that Revis Island just got abandoned. And then he was just like, he didn't have all the footwork and everything to do with it after the actual press. So sort of, kind of, it's realistic, all right? The problem is it forces you to spend money again, because you're going to have other receivers that are good in your depth chart. Let me point out what happened with me. I tried out bench press, and pretty much it does the same thing either way. If you get a successful press, your opponent's gonna have to get that receiver out. He'll just be out. He'll be way too fatigued to be in the game, and they'll put a bum in. Similar to me, I played a guy that had like 3 bench press players. So what happens is you're forced to run the ball again, which realistically it turns it back into Madden 20, because now you have no choice. Because if a dude fatigues Tyreek Hill and I got straight bums on my roster, I can't do anything. So that's why a lot of people are complaining about it. Me, I don't really care about it. I think it's hilarious. I think it's absolutely hilarious that EA Sports continues to fascinate us. Like, you got to understand, at this point, I've already gone through all the stages of grieving. Madden has been so many different emotional roller coasters for me since the Madden 16 patch. Remembering the punter, OBJ catching me on a fake, like those, like it stays with you forever. Like your memories are just there. So nothing that they can do can really fascinate me or make me be like, wow, that's crazy, because they've already done everything to me, right? So most of you guys that wanted me to talk about this and you want to know if there's benefit to it, it absolutely is. You know what I'm saying? Right now I use flat zone KO because you have to have an ability to make your guys have eye sockets. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they won't play the flat or react to the ball unless they have flat zone KO. And a lot of people throw the ball to the flat, which is why I have flat zone KO, so he can actually react. But the bench press situation is more of a man coverage type situation. If you were going to build your team to play man coverage and send heaters, right? This would be something that would be beneficial to you, because you're going to get a successful press. The good news is they're going to be patching the game, but this won't be involved in the patch. But I do think that they can tune it without having to patch the game. But for me, I don't care if it's patched or not. because I'm going to run the ball down your throat. As soon as you come out and you think everything is okay and you're just going to bench press me into the dirt, I'm going to run the ball every play. And then, the way to really counter this, and I want to talk to you guys about that as well, you can pretty much come out and just make your O-line just all have abilities. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people want to do stuff like this and take advantage of people that want to pass by using bench press, just build up your O-line, right? And just run the ball down their throat with every single stretch you could possibly imagine. Because if you look at my roster, right? Jerry Rice is my 5th backup. I got a guy, Richie James. This dude sucks. But I have them there because I need the 49er chem, right? So I'm in a situation where I don't even have decent receivers to put in when I get somebody that bench presses me. Like, yo, bro, look, I'm fatiguing your receiver. It's nothing you can do about it. Write EA Sports a very harsh letter. You ain't doing nothing about this. And look, bro, I got to just accept that as a man. I got to know that EA Sports has put something in the game that makes me want to break my controller every snap. And I have to accept that. And that's just part of playing the game, right? So look, realistically speaking, at this point right now, there are going to be a lot of people that request that bench press be patched. I want to go on record that even when people were doing it to me live on stream, if you guys follow me on Twitch at GmiasWorld, which a lot of you guys do, shout out to you guys, you would have seen that dudes are pressing me into the dirt, and I had to learn on the fly. Because what happens is, the best way to learn what is a gimmick in Madden is just to play head-to-head. Because people sell ebooks, and people are absolutely morons, and they go out and just everybody starts doing it, and then before you know it, everybody knows what's going on with it. So once I started to notice, dudes have bench press, everybody has acrobat and all that stuff. You start to see like, oh, okay, so this is the moron factory today. Like, this is what these guys are doing, right? So eventually what happens is people that don't like the fact that these guys are getting that advantage, they complain. And then we go through the same process. EA then patches it. I go back to Madden 20 with Zeke Elliott with armbar. I do not believe that armbar should have been patched, because if the developers are that motivated to make the game a Marvel Avengers game, then we should have to find ways to counter it. Remember, there were times when they released games where it was just wild stuff going on for the whole year and there were no patches. Now, I understand the modern era, and some of you guys are gonna, argue that, but yeah, Gmia, we have to evolve. You are absolutely right, but I think it's the wrong trend, because if either they accept the fact that they made a mistake and they remove it, or leave it the way it is. Because it's sort of like the games are never finished and there's always other things that are additionally being added onto it. And we as users, we have to figure out ways to counter it. What is the point of us using our brain power to counter it if EA is just gonna sit there in the office and then just go ahead and tune it? You see what I'm saying? So even though it looks like it's a major advantage, even if you don't want to run the ball, you have to understand Madden is a game of adjustments. So you have to adjust. There is no way around avoiding bench press right now. Now, me thinking realistically, will they patch this? Absolutely. Absolutely gonna patch it. Because dudes are gonna be crying real tears, like Draymond Green after LeBron came back from 3-1. They are going to make sure that EA Sports understands, I can't win unless you patch the game for us. And that I have a problem with. Because I'd rather get the brakes beat off me and learn something than have somebody help me by adjusting it so that it's easier for everyone. Because then there's no thought process. But again, that's what we've been dealing with over the last 3 or 4 years. All right, so we have to now understand, is it worth it for you to use bench press? Let me just point this out also to you guys. If you do not want to use bench press, you can also use chuck out. Chuck out is the zone version of where it is. Now, all you would have to do in this situation is obviously be in zone, and then it's the same exact thing. It fatigues them with a successful chuck out. The problem is, cover 2, some cover 3s press as well. You would have to lab it and make sure that you're getting the press in order to have that on. So it's not all about bench press. Just so that I point that out to you guys, because I've already experimented with that. If you want to run zone, you can use chuck out, and it will give you a similar situation where the receiver has to come out for a play and then come back in. All right, so pretty much how to do it, you just come out and you just play man with bench press and just press. You do not need to shade. You do not need to use any brain power. You do not need to take a shower. All you need to do is come out and press. That is it. A successful press will then lead to the receiver being removed for the next play, and then now you have an advantage. And then you're going to notice that if you don't have a decent enough depth chart, you're going to be done because my players all suck. So once I see that the guy was out, I have to run the ball. I can't pass to him because he's garbage. You see what I'm saying? So that's the advantage. Again, do I feel it should be patched? No. Will it be patched? More than likely, because people are going to cry about it. Whichever way that it is, I just wanted to give you guys my insight with it. Definitely share with us in the comment section how savage you are running around with 3 bench presses and what it done to your opponent, because I love to hear the stories. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You have an unbelievable day. One love, y'all.